Okay, so I have the hood off. Probably, like I said, I'm gonna take these fenders off. They're just, they're just thrown together. I don't even know if there's a bolt on the bottom or not. I know the grill's just barely thrown together, and I got in a hurry whenever I was moving, and I messed up my grill right here. That thing was perfect, and then I knocked a chunk of it out. So I have another insert to put in it, but I think I still have to doctor it up and do a little bit of work. So I know the grill has to come off to fix that. I know underneath the cab, under this area right here, I think I have a little bit of rust to fix. So, and I need to update my AC box. Maybe I was told a square body AC box will bolt right into place where this one's at. I don't know if I've got to do some modification, but I do have an extra square body box or two that I can use. If not, maybe I can make something work, marry the two of them together. I do know that the gap is tight here, and it's real big at the bottom. You can see it when you pull the truck out. The driver's side looks all right. The driver's side, the gap looks okay, but maybe I need to tighten down the core support on this side, or I need to do something different. I do know I used like a puck, for a 55 Chevrolet car. I call it a puck. I'm trying to find it. I don't have another one, but anyway, I just need to fine tune it. Just take it back down, bring it back up right, take my time, just fine tune it and make it look good. So that'll be the start of that. I'm gonna get it on jack stands, get the wheels off of it. And I know I need to go through the brakes and everything too, but I just dropped a video of like a daily vlog of what I did to it. And those wheels, I don't hate them as bad as I first did. They're growing on me, but I'm still liking the 275/60 and the 8.5 inch wheel over here on this side. Yeah, that wheel's just looking good, man. It's a nice fat tire underneath it, and it sticks out good to the side. You can see on this side how much it does not stick out. I can see how it tucks in there. But I still like it. I'm still on the fence on which way to go, or just put the rallies back on and be done with it. Make it a driver. But let me get it on jack stands and get that front end off. I actually think you can take this whole truck apart with a 9/16 socket and a 1/2 inch. Put on some jack stands. Not as young as I used to be. Jack, I was stuck on the jack stands. How would I have planned? I've had this truck, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, I got my fan going. If I open my door, people stop. I'll turn my fan off, it's kind of late in the evening. So I'm 48 now, and I got this truck. I want to say I got it when I can't remember. I guess I got it when I was in my mid-20s, late 20s. I don't know what year I got it, but I didn't have any money to buy it, but I had a paint and body shop, and anyway, when I was 9 years old, I do remember this, when I was 9 years old, I was riding this truck. A friend of mine, his dad had it. I ain't had to lose some weight. Anyway, my friend's dad had this truck, and he was taking us to the skating rink on Friday night. And his name was Grayson, Mr. Grayson. I asked if it was a 69, and he looked at me funny, and he said, yeah, it is 69. And how I knew that is I knew this front end, and it had a hubcap missing, I believe, and it was a 6-lug. I noticed it was a 6-lug. And I knew 69 was the last year they had a 6-lug. 70 had 5-lug disc brakes. And like I said, why at 9 years old I knew all that. But anyway, I asked him to sell it. He said no, he didn't want to sell it at the time, but then when he gets ready to sell it, he'll call me. And that dude did, he called me. I was the first person he called. And of course I didn't have money to buy it. And he said that he was he'd bought a short wide Chevrolet pickup, an 80s model. And he was wanting to sell this to get a paint job on his new truck. So it lucked out I actually had a shop that I was doing paint body work in. So that's how we did it. I bought the material and I provided a paint job on that truck. And then whenever I delivered the truck, he gave me this truck. That's how I had it. And I've had this truck, like I said, I've had it over 20 years. And anyway. I've had 4 motors. This is motor number 4, I think. Whenever I got the motor, when I got it, the motor was out. I put a motor in it. I bought a 305 that was running good, and I put the 305 in it. And then I always wanted that 350, so I put another motor in it, and I thought it was a 350, but turned out it was a 305 too. This is all before I knew how to run numbers and check things. But anyway. Then a 90 model TBI 350 come along, and I got it, and I didn't realize a lot about swapping things out. So whenever I put the TBI motor in it, I put the old style water pump on it, but I put the serpentine system in it. And so I didn't realize then the serpentine system, the water pump run backwards. So I had a regular water pump on it, and I pretty much burned that motor up going home in it. And then got another hopped up 350, you know, and never could get it dialed in and running right. And so I was freshly married, had a baby then. My wife just had a baby, Ethan. He's grown now, and we had 2 other kids that we were having to take care of that depended on us, you know, raising 3 kids and having a young family. Life just got involved, you know, took priority over this truck, and it's set and set and set. And what I was gonna say is that last motor that I had in here, I was so aggravated. And I may have had a few cold snacks that helped put me in that mood, but I just put my foot in the floor until the rods just came apart in that motor. And then when that happened, I pushed it into a carport, and I did take the motor out, took the truck apart, and I was gonna do big things with it. And that's what I was getting at. I had 3 small kids and, you know, a young family, and they were more important than the truck was at the time. And they still are more important than the truck. But anyway, I'm at a point where I can take it back apart, take my time. Hopefully I've got a nice motor here that's going to work good for me. A buddy of mine built the motor, and he stands behind it, and I trust him. And anyway, we're going to get it running and get it on the road. My wife and I will enjoy it and see what we can do with it. She has a 78 Chevrolet that we're going to do that red truck that's on the channel. I'm going to take the motor out of that truck and put in her truck. Hers is a 78, and my wreck truck's an 84. And I'm going to try to incorporate the steering column and the cruise control and tilt and all that in her truck. She has tilt in it, she doesn't have cruise control, and I'm actually gonna try to put the window motor in, the intermediate where you can turn it on and make it where it's a comfortable ride for us. Yeah, see, this thing's barely even put together. That come off way too easy. If it were to be, you know, put together right. So anyway, I'm constantly watching YouTube videos and, you know, putting these, like, sitting on your ass won't get your project done, and sitting on your ass won't build your YouTube channel either, because I started watching Casey's Customs whenever he had 20-something thousand subscribers, and Pole Barn Garage about the same, and those guys are over 100,000 subscribers. Both of you, congratulations on that also. Casey's Customs had over 1,000 for quite a while now, but I just watched, about 8 days ago, I watched Pole Barn Garage where he had painted that step side. And, at the time of the video, he had just hit 100,000, but by the time I'd watched the video, 3 days after he posted it, he had 116,000 subscribers. So you guys that watch these videos, it means a lot to all of us. I know I do a lot of, I try to hide in the background what we do. My wife and I have a little small car lot here. It's not making a lot of money, and then COVID's affected it quite a bit. And then we opened up a food trailer. I've tried hiding it in the videos, but I noticed today on the video I dropped today, you can see it in the background. It's called Smoky Good Eats. We've been real blessed with that. It's done pretty good. A lot of people support it, and I guess if you guys will support the channel and subscribe, I'll start trying to get a video out. I'm gonna work on these cars anyway. I haven't felt real good in the last couple of years, but I feel better than I have in a long time. So I feel like being in the shop, just like I started this morning at 8 o'clock in here. It's 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and I'm still in here starting the second video for the day. So that's kind of uncommon for me, but I'm getting to where I enjoy it. Talking to this camera right here is not something I do. Maybe if I have you guys watching what I'm doing, it'll keep me calmer, and I won't lose the beans so bad. Like I said, that whole front end is coming apart with a 1/2 inch socket. I've got a 9/16 socket now, and I think I'm about to take this fender off. Yeah, I was wanting to get that fender off because, like I said, I know I have some rust. Yeah, I've got a little bit piece of rust right here to fix. I know I had some issues going on with my power steering hose. It not wanting to connect and hook up. And I gotta get that taken care of and fixed. Hopefully when I change back over to the V-belt drive, I can avoid some of these complications I got. So I guess let me finish taking this front end off and then I'll be back and show you where we're at. So this is where I'm back down to again. I had the front end taken apart. I'm about to get that jack out between those jack stands, jack the back end of it up where I get even. And man, did I tell y'all wrong how I mounted that radiator support. I thought I used like little body mounts for like a 55 Chevrolet. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna get this serpentine belt taken off tomorrow. Get the other one off and just put on. I'm not even that concerned with painting it and making it look nice and all that. I may, if it's convenient and easy, and it cleans up good, I will go ahead and shoot some black paint on it, but I am ready to just get after it and get this thing back on the road. So I don't need it looking good under the hood if nobody's seeing it. But I did say I don't want to take the fenders off and get the fender wells detailed and painted because I did get this much painted, so you never know. I may slow down long enough to paint it, but it's not going to be a lot of sanding and sealing and priming and blocking and painting. This is going to be shooting with some black paint and getting it on there. And I got to get these brakes off, get them taken care of, get it wired up. So anyway, let's see what we get done tomorrow. So it's Friday evening and I don't have the tool that it took to take the pulley off of the power steering pump for the serpentine belt system. Where's that? Oh, there it is right there. So we got some persuasion tools out. We beat it. So I had to take my cut-off wheel and I just cut a groove in it. And then I put my crowbar behind it and I persuaded it to come out or come off. So we got the front of the motor tore down. That motor looks pink in the video, but it's not pink, it's red. Anyway, maybe I got my door shut. I just noticed that we had this thing on run stand. You guys remember I was running on the run stand. I forgot to take my fuel pump gauge off, or oil pump gauge. Oil pressure gauge, not oil pump gauge, oil pressure gauge. Anyway, had a long day, I'm tired. We're gonna try to tackle this and see what we can get done with it. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. I'm about to put the water pump on. I've got the bracket for the power steering. I got the AC on, and I'm about to do a little bit of work on the power steering. So the power steering lines have like a beveled seal or whatever, and I guess the O-ring is in here, and the lines like I have on the water pump or the power steering pump I'm trying to put on, it has the O-ring style fittings. So I was able to dig up this power steering pump and I could put, that's the fitting that I need. I think I can take that fitting out and put it on that power steering pump, or I could just put that power steering pump on. I believe that's what I'm gonna do. That power steering pump is going on this motor. It's actually bone dry, there's nothing in it. And that one over there has made a mess on the floor with power steering fluid in it. So I don't know anything about it, but I'm sure it's empty because I've had it in just a junk pile of parts I've had for forever. So it does look like, I'll compare it and make sure it's the same. But for what I'm looking at right now, it's all exactly like it. I like that one over there, so That's what I'm gonna do. This, instead of changing out all them fittings, because I've got a new, when I had the last TBI motor in it, I had this adapter in it somehow or another. This was working, but it's not working with those lines now. So I'll just keep this piece. I'll put it in my toolbox and keep it knowing where it goes. And I got a new power steering line over there that is right here for a 69 Chevrolet pickup. So that should, in theory, work for what I need it for. All right, let me get back onto it. Okay, I have the water pump on. Everything's bolted up there. I did try to put the power steering pump on that I said I was going to use, but it just didn't work out. The pulleys are a little bit different. The pulleys on this one are a little bit bigger around. The mounts aren't the same. So anyway, all I did was I took the plug out of the back of this and I moved it over into this one, and I just had the plug to show you what it looks like. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So anyway, this is what the plug looks like when you pull it out. That's the one that's got like the O-ring on the line fitting, and I need the one that has the O-ring type fitting or whatever in here. I'm not sure what the fittings are called, but this is what I'm going for. Anyway, it's a flare fitting, and that's an O-ring fitting on those lines over there. So anyway, I just had to put it back on the fuel pump that come off of I keep calling it fuel pump, the power steering pump. Anyway, this is the original power steering pump to all the drive assembly and everything I'm using. So anyway, it's all gonna stay the same. Just gotta tighten that up and put it on. So I got it all put back together. It's kind of a pain in the butt. For some reason the power steering pump, I can't get it straight. It's still off just a little bit. You can see it right there. See right there where it curves in. I don't know, I'll have to shim. I guess I'll shim it right here. I don't even have a bolt on that yet, and it's not even sucked up back to the back of the stud. But that's the only thing giving me trouble right now. I didn't paint or clean anything up. I did paint a little bit here, but I think that'll clean up and look all right. This isn't going to be for cars and coffee. This is going to be cruising down the road with AC and enjoying my old C10 again. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I believe I'm going to call it a day today. I got to go home and mow, so that's where I'm at. I'll get started on it early in the morning. I'll be up here tomorrow, so I'm going to try to get all the wiring hooked up. Yeah, get the wiring hooked up, get the exhaust hooked up. I gotta go get some gas for my welder. I don't know that this 2-prong here, I don't know if that's gonna match what I have. I know it's not, because I have a serpentine type alternator hookup for it right now, and it's just a plug-in, different than that one. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. We'll be back in the morning. So it's coming along. This is where we got so far. Got the core support back on. I've got the wiring all going back across it. I even have the headlight hooked up. Let's see. We checked the fuel pump, turned it over, had a friend here. He felt of it, had a rod, and it was moving the rod, so that's good. I can use a manual fuel pump. Got the alternator, power steering, AC compressor all on. The compressor's not locked up, so that's good. I can be able to use it. I'm going to put, so I just want just as bone stock factory 350 as I can. This is a board 30 over block, I believe. It's got a ZZ4 cam in it. It's got the springs to match the cam. It's a pretty healthy motor, but it's not a radical, cam thumping motor. But it should be okay. But I want it as bone stock 1969 C10 as I can. Still gonna run the manual brakes, the drum brakes. Like I said, I'm just in that mode to where I just want to get back in my truck and get to driving it. And I'll fix things as I need. I do have a pretty good rust hole underneath here, but I feel a bunch of like the leaves and stuff, sell it garbage. I need to get all that out. I'm going to treat that so where maybe it don't rust any worse than what it is. Put some kind of Pour 15 on it or something. Not some kind, but put Pour 15 on it. A friend of mine was telling me about this mesh thing. I do know that the square bodies have them. I didn't realize that the 67 through 72 C10s have them. But anyway, we're punching right along. Got the motor wired up. Got the harness back on. Everything's ran as good as we can. We got to do this. I got to get a temperature gauge block or whatever for the thermostat. I've got to get a clips where I can put this on the distributor. Let's see, like I said, I'm gonna put the Quadrajet back on it. And what's gonna be cool about the Quadrajet is it's actually a factory setup. So I'm gonna rob this hard line right here that comes up and goes behind, goes behind the water pump. But I think I can still snake it in there. If I can snake it in, I'm gonna use this line, this factory line goes to the fuel pump, put this Quadrajet on it. Like I said, I just want a truck that can just 3 pumps, hit the key, crank it over, and it fires right up and starts is what I'm pushing for. So I believe, and I would really love to get this all in one video, but man, they show, the analytics show that I only have like a 5 to 8 minute, 10 minute sometimes span. So I don't want to get these videos too long. So I'm going to cut it off here. I will not hook the battery up and then get fuel up to, I'll have all that live on the camera, not live, but I'll have it going. You guys will see step by step of everything coming up and this motor coming alive and the wiring harness working. So like I said, I'll start showing more of me working on it rather than just clips of what I've done. But that's all in process too. This was pretty time consuming, considering the fact that I had to fight that power steering pump to line up and get it shimmed up right. And then on top of that, I need to get a belt going from the power steering pump to the harmonic balancer. And these are little things that friends are like, I'll send a picture and like, here's where I'm at, and you know, just some pep talks type stuff. And Tim told me that I was missing the belt going from here. Then I had another friend come by and he's helped me with some of the wiring. So anyway, a lot of help has gone in to helping me get this back on the road. I've seen an oil change sticker. I may have had this thing off the road longer than 13 years. It comes up to 16 years. If you look, the odometer is at 79,000. And it's at 9. It's 79,809. And I should have got an oil change at 79,734 or 413.07. What's crazy is my son was born on 4/11/07. Our youngest was born on 4/11/07. But anyway, man, it may have been 16 years. He is 16 now, so I think it was running when he was born. But I mean, I don't know. We're in that time zone. I'm not real sure. Ethan's 16 now, and I want to say that this truck was running when he was born, but I may have blew it up shortly after he was born. But anyway, that's it. I'm kind of rambling now, so I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Next up, I'll have probably a battery, and we'll test all the wiring and the connections, make sure nothing sparks or nothing catches on fire. I don't know what this wire here goes to. I gotta figure that out. I do have the wire coming off the starter over to this little relay deal here. Voltage regulator. is bypassed from going from points to HE. And I went to HEI several years ago, and I would get it and crank it, and then it would go to where it wouldn't want to crank. And this is some kind of resistor wire that was hooked up to it, and that's the reason why it wouldn't crank, because this is not the right kind of wire for a HEI distributor. But anyway, like I said, I'm rambling. Guys, I'm gonna drop a video, try to every week. Today is Wednesday. I'll drop a video on Wednesdays or Saturdays. My best video I've ever just dropped out of the air, just dropped it, was on a Saturday. I got more views on that one, but this is a C10 build. It's a small little series, and we're just gonna keep plugging along. The next thing I'm gonna do is hook the battery up, hook the wiring up, see if I can't get it to fire off of a gas can. I've got a lot of stuff to do still, but still a lot of stuff I don't want to get into right now. But if you guys would just, man, please like, share, subscribe. I'm at 832 subscribers. I need 1,000 subscribers, guys, so we can move forward and I can start actually spending some money on these projects. Maybe I can make a few bucks, and that'll help motivate me to want to do more videos. And I got my wife's truck coming in next. We're going to do a motor swap on it, update the AC system, and then I know it's getting a new bed and the rust, finish fixing the rust on it, and it's getting a complete paint job. Do it from start to finish. We're probably gonna move some of the stuff to my shop. Well, I got a carport at my house. I'm gonna close in my carport at my house and just let it grow from there. I'm in here with the door shut because I'm right on Main Street in Paris, so people drive by honking, or you know, the doors are up, people stop, and I enjoy all that, but when I'm trying to video, I just want to be by myself. Anyway, I'm rambling again, so guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.